Guys, welcome back to our segment routing traffic engineering series. To continue our discussion from the last episode, we talked about the SRPC. So we'll go ahead and continue our discussion around SRPC in terms of the high availability. So for the SRPC high availability, sometimes it is also called SRPC redundancy also. So you can use either term, either HA or the redundancy, whatever makes sense to you. So for the SRPC redundancy, it is kind of using, well-known standard that your PC is following pretty much. So to really understand this high availability, we need to understand a few things, and then, I'll go ahead and talk about different redundancy or high availability models around your SRPC. So the headend, which is our simply the PCC node, it sends that PSAP. So if you remember that PSAP is the protocol between your headend and your PCE, the connection. So using this PSAP protocol, your headend will send this PSAP reports about the SR policy. So it sends whatever the SR policies are there, a report about those policy to one or more SRPC node into the network, as well as the configuration of the SRPC that we have done on the PCC. If you have configured your PCC to talk only one PCE, that means there is no HA. If you have configured two, that means you have an HA. So in that case, anytime you create an SR policy, the headend or the PCC is publishing these reports to all the connected SRPC nodes. That's something you need to keep in mind. So what happens, the headend node, which is our PCC, simply delegates the control to its primary SRPC. So out of these two primary, let's say in the HA we have two PC, there is a primary SRPC, there is a backup SRPC or secondary SRPC. So the headend will delegate control to the primary SRPC. So what do we mean by this delegate? So when we are sending this PSAP report, there is a flag that is being set, and that flag is called a delegate flag, and it's denoted by the bit or the value as a D. And this is set in the PSAP report that is sent to the primary SRPC. And whenever there is a failure of the primary SRPC, the headend, which is our PCC, will redelegate control to another SRPC. So that is simply as simple as the mechanism, okay? So now let's understand this with the help of a particular flow. So in this case, in this topology, in this diagram, there are two domains, domain 1 and domain 2. Within domain 1, we have few nodes. In the domain 2, we have few nodes. And it looks like we are trying to go from node 1 to node 3. So let's look at the flow. With this flow, in this topology, there are two PC. There is a PC1, there is a PC2. An assumption is that the PC1 is our primary PC or the active PC. Both the PCs are active, but this is our primary PC and this is our backup PC. So the node 1, which happens to be our headend or PCC, will request SRPC1 to compute a path to node 3. That means that this node, the node 1 is interested in reaching the node 3. So for that, it is sending a report, a PSAP report to PC1, asking it to do a path computation from node 1 to node 3 and send the SID list so the node 1 can program, and using that SID list, it can go and reach the node 3. So in the step 2, now the SRPC is responding back to your headend. So SRPC computes that path and it will reply with the SID list. And now let's say, okay, this is the SID list that is being sent to the node 1. When the node 1 receives that SID list or the computed path, it will say, okay, it will go ahead and activate that particular SR policy using this compute path. And at the same time, now it will go ahead, node 1 is going to report about this SR policy. Okay, hey, now I have a SR policy which is up and running. So I'm letting you know the status of this SR policy, so you can go ahead and update your database, because if you recall from the past episode, PC is all about stateful. So it is keeping a state of the network. Now because we have a new policy came in, so these PC needs to know, so they can go ahead and update that topological database. So now node 1 will report SR policy to both SRPC1 as well as PC2. But when it's sending SRPC1 is your primary, so it will send that report by setting the delegate bit field to on or 1, basically control of the SR policy to SR1. So in this case, the delegate bit is set as on and this case is off. That means this is our primary PC for this policy and this is our backup policy. So now everything looks good. Now let's see if there is a failure happens. There was a failure on SRPC1. So if you recall, on the node 1 had requested initially the path from SRPC1, and this was our delegate or primary SRPC. Now there is a SRPC1 failure. So now what happens? The node 1 is going to detect, hey, there is no more SRPC1, and how it detects that failure? Because we do not have any more that PSAP connection. so it sees a piece of failure. So that means there is no keep alive between the PCC and PCE. And if you remember, we saw some of those keep alive by doing the detail command in the last episode. So it will go ahead and start doing the redelegation timer. And when the redelegation timer expires, that means it is waiting, okay, hey, are you still reachable or not? Is not there or not? And then by the time the redelegation timer expires, the node 1 now will go ahead and redelegate the SR policy control to your PCE2. And how it does that, it will go ahead and send that report again. But when it's sending the report, this time it will go ahead and set that delegate bit or the field to 1. And that's how this particular workflow works in the case of your SRPCE HA. So HA, it's simply about 2 nodes. So now let's go ahead and look at the similar thing here. So we have a PCC node. There are 2 PCEs here. There is a primary PC and there is a backup PC, backup PCE. And we have a PCC node. So as I said, either we can call it as a redundancy or we can call it as an HA. But there are few things we need to again know when it comes to the redundancy mod or models. So the recommended redundancy mode for SRPCE is the PCC centric. That means we want to have the redundancy, the mod from the PCC point of view and not from the PCE point of view. And why is that? So let's go ahead and assume that in this case we have this PCC node 1 and we have configured the PSAP connection between the 2 SRPC, between the PCC node 1 and our primary SRPC, and we have another PSAP connection between this PCC node and our backup SRPC. So the SRPC, which is configured with the higher preference value, if you remember that, becomes the primary, and the second one becomes your backup SRPC. Okay. So whenever this particular PCC node or head end needs to request a path, whenever it needs a path, okay, hey, let's say I want to go from this node to that node. So it is going to go ahead and send those requests to the primary PCC. That's what we saw in the previous slide deck also. And to request a path primarily. So that means the PCC is delegating a path computation to primary PCE only. We know that. And it is the primary SRPC, okay, which will do the all actual path calculation. And it is going to go ahead and respond back with those paths to the PCC. And we saw that also, okay, hey, we had a SID list and now it can go ahead and program the SID list. And using that SID list, it can reach the node. And after that, the step was that now the PCC, which is the head end, will report these SR policy, including the path and other thing, to both the primary and the backup SRPC. That's what we know. So far so good. So in this case, the mechanism basically synchronizing the SR policy that we have configured on the primary and the backup your backup SRPC. So again, the primary SRPC is doing what? Your path computation request, path computation report, all the update and other things. So now we saw that, and the delegation happens with that special bit that we noticed, the D flag. So the D flag is sent, and when there is a failure, it gets redelegated to the other SRPCE. So the previous model that we saw, that was your PCC centric. By default, when you configure initially the SRPC and PCC, the mode of communication between your PCC and PCE is called PCE centric mode basically. So in the PCE centric mode, what happens? When there is an outage, it takes longer for a PCC to detect there is a failure. That is why the recommended model from Cisco's point of view is a PCC centric. And to change that particular mode, we need to go ahead and when we are configuring the PCC, if you recall, we had written a line that said redundancy PCC centric. That means if PCC is not seeing any keep alive to one of the, let's say, primary SRPC, it will detect that quickly and it will go ahead and resend or redelegate quickly to the backup SRPCE. And that particular mode of redundancy is called your PCC centric, and it is way quicker in terms of detecting the failure and moving from primary SRPC to the secondary SRPC. And that is one of the reason we need to go ahead and configure the redundancy mode as a PCC centric and not the PCE centric. Okay. Hopefully, this kind of clarifies. So there are a few more things that I can go ahead and talk about. Whenever we, it sends that request, those bits is primarily kind of managed by the SRPC. Okay. So when I say the bit, so let's say whenever you are configuring an SRT policy, okay, or when any segment routing traffic engineering policy. So the special bit in the PSAP, okay, in the PSAP report messages, and only we need to report that to the primary SRPC and should have this particular bit set. We do not need that bit to be set on the backup. And that bit is managed by the SRPC in the PCE centric model. Okay. So now whenever that delegate a bit, as I said, in the PCE mode, in the PCE centric mode, the delegate bit is controlled by your SRPC. But in the PCE centric mode, the delegate bit is controlled by your header node. So that is why whenever there is a failure happens, it can be quickly detected in the PCC case versus the PCE mode, because in a PC centric model, in order to really redelegate a policy to another backup SRPC, the primary SRPC will need to release delegation, and then it needs to go ahead and request another SRPC to go ahead and request for it. Okay. And that can really lead to a longer outage depending, what kind of failure that we have experienced on the primary SRPC. But on the other hand, as we saw in the case of PCC centric mode, it is PCC who is controlling that delegation. So as soon as that PCC or our headend detects, okay, hey, there is no more primary SRPC is gone because I'm not receiving a keep alive, it can quickly resend a report to the backup SRPC and can reset and send the delegation bit to that backup SRPC, which will say, okay, hey, backup SRPC, now you are primarily responsible for any of these paths going forward. So hopefully that clarifies the two modes, the PCC centric and PCE centric. And the recommended mode is PCC centric because it is quicker to detect failure versus in case of PCE centric, as we talked about, because in PCE centric the process is longer. Okay, hey, in the PCE model somebody need to redelegate, it needs to release the delegation and then pass it to the another SRPCE, and that could really take longer. And that is the reason we suggest, or when I say we suggest, the Cisco documentation, if you read about these things, the recommended mode for your PCC is the PCC centric. And when I say PCC centric, the configuration is pretty simple. Like if you recall, we just go under segment -routing, and then we go under traffic engineering, and inside that we will go ahead and say PCC, and there we'll go ahead and say redundancy is simply PCC centric. And if you do not do this by, like I said guys, if you do not type this command, the default mode for redundancy is a PCE centric. Okay, and that PCE centric is kind of a little slow in terms of the failure detection. That is the reason, if you read a lot of Cisco documentation, you will find this particular line that says redundancy is PCC centric. And if you recall from the previous episode, we also had one more line that was saying, okay, hey, report all. So as you can say, report all, report indicates, hey, we are talking about some kind of PSAP report. When I say report all, we will go ahead and explore some of the things later in the series that you can go ahead and create. So far, we have been creating policies directly on the PCC node. Okay. And when you go ahead and create those policies on PCC node, they stay on PCC node. And your SRPC has no clue about those policies. If you want your SRPC to know about all the policy that exist on this particular node, we need to go ahead and say report all. And that is the mechanism. Once you type this command, by typing this command, you are turning on that reporting capability between your PCC and your PCE node. Now, anytime a policy comes up, let's say you are doing a policy create, delete, or modify, any kind of that operation happens, your PCC now will send a report to your SRPCE. If we do not have this particular command, in that case, it will not go ahead and send all the information to the SRPCE, especially if you are creating policies directly onto the PCC node. So that is the reason we need this command report all. So that is why you will see going forward, whenever we are working with SRPC, you will find all these three lines always written in our config. Is PCC, we are saying a redundancy mode in our case is PC centric. That means if there is a failure, it gets detected quickly and it redelegates from primary SRPC to the backup SRPC. And now the backup SRPC becomes responsible for all the path going forward. And report all is a mechanism that says, okay, hey, any policy that we are creating, we are telling SRPC about that one. So I know, guys, there is a lot of information to process in this video. I would say watch it a couple times. If you have any confusion, need further clarification, do leave me a comment and I would be happy to provide any further information. That'll be all for this episode. I will see you guys in next episode. Thank you.